Hi everyone, it's Esther here. I'm hoping you're having a fantastic day today. I've had a lovely day. My name is Esther. I do art, particularly Zen drawing, and I'll show you something else today. It wasn't my intention to do this today, but it just so happens that this is what I will do. If you remember, I made a pocket here to stick inside a book that you can put various different things inside, like bookmarks. If you make up a bookmark, you give it as a present, you can pop it in there like that. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to make a couple of those. I thought I would give presents today. Pardon me, presents of various different diaries or books as Christmas presents. So I bought a few. I've got more on order from Amazon, and we're going to doll this up, put a little pocket in there with Zen patterning, and I hope you enjoy it. Before I do that, I want to show you something. Remember, these are my favorite two hands black pigment liner set. So I thought I'd order one from Amazon. I've got it in the right place. Yes, I have. So I thought I'd order that from Amazon. And this is what I ordered from Amazon. You see the packets are the same. The funny thing is, that one's called Two Hands, and that one's called Yesan. So I wasn't concentrating when I was ordering. I wanted Two Hands black pigment liner set, and that's what I put in my search engine at Amazon. And then this arrived, and I thought, hang on a second, that's not called Two Hands, but it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. So isn't that strange? I bought this one from an art shop quite a while ago, and that was called Two Hands. Exactly the same thing I bought from Amazon. What have I just noticed? It's called Yesan. But look what I've just noticed. If you open this up, look at the name on the pen. It's Two Hands. See it there? Two Hands. So it's exactly the same thing. That's strange. It had two different names depending on where you buy it. Anyway, I thought that was quite interesting, and I thought you might be interested as well. So, strange things attract strange minds. Now, I've got a couple of, so what you've got to do is when you get a diary that you're going to give, a diary or a notebook or something that you're going to give as a present to somebody. Let's take this one, for example. It's just a plain diary, which is very nice. But you want to, it's just plain pages, plain note pages. Everybody needs that in their life. And I like about this is that it's got these, so you can turn them over and put that at the back, like that. But anyway, that's just me. So what we're going to do is put a little pocket either there or there, I think probably there, to personalize it for the person that you're giving. So I told you about utilizing window envelopes. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to put a pocket in there, stick that in, personalize this with Zen patterning, the same as I did with the book insert that I did. So when you get an envelope in the post, instead of ripping that edge, if you just cut it there, and you can get the post out. This was a used envelope which I got from somebody today. And let's say you're going to make it that size today. And you're going to personalize it for somebody today. That's not straight at all, is it? What we'll do, hold it here. I've got a piece of straight paper there. I'll make sure the envelope's straight there. Just eyeball it. Put your little pencil mark there. And cut it straight. Of course, you're going to doll this up so that it looks nice, because you're personalizing it for whoever you've decided to give it to. Now, it doesn't look like much now, but I assure you it will. But we want the back a little bit longer than the front. I'll just snip that off there. Snip that off there. And that will fold down. Fold down like that. So that's going to be your insert for your gift. And you can either stick it there or stick it here. There might be a good idea. And then if you make a bookmark as a present, let's see if I can get my bookmarks here. If you make your personalized bookmark and you slide it in there. So you drop your bookmark and you slide it in there. Now, what I bought from Aldi a very, very long time ago, years and years and years I've had. And it's a book with different pages on here, which is very, very nice. Isn't that beautiful? So you can choose whichever pattern you want to doll this up with. And that looks Christmassy, that looks beautiful. I love that green. I love that green. And green will go with the cover of this book. So I think maybe that green. So we'll get the size that you're going to stick this in. Use the edge. Have I got the edge on? There it is. There it is. So hold it over there. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Like that there. You're going to draw a line there. Here. And we'll cut that out. And I'll show you what's going to happen with that. I had a great response to my previous envelope thing that I did like that, and so that's why I'm doing it again. Just slip that in there like that. I'll make it a little bit smaller so that it fits in a little bit easier. Like that. Doesn't that look pretty? Because the window shows up that whatever picture you've chosen. And then what we'll do, we'll cut that to size. Round the edge like that, just eyeball it, or get a little template. make this match. Get rid of this book now. I'm going to make 2 of these today, so we can use this book in a moment. I'll just put it away for the time being. And there you have a basic, very pretty, put that up there, envelope there. And then you can slip that in there, like that. Doesn't that look gorgeous? What I did before, the same green, which I'll need. Where is it? Just stick in front, and I'll just cut a little piece off like that. And I'll show you how to fix that up. So first, we're going to put, now the last time I used a Mod Podge, which was not a good idea because it was too wet and it tended to buckle the paper, which was not a good idea. If you put a little bit of glue there like that and stick it down, there you go. Put a bit of glue, just put that in there too, so don't make a mess. A little bit of glue there, stick that down like that. You can turn it around this way. And then cut it to size. Back down like that. Look at that. Making me stuck down a little bit there. And you need a bit of glue for that. There you have your pretty insert. Very pretty insert for the inside of your book. So you've got your book. This is going to match. We'll stick that in there. But before we do that, we're going to doll this up. You know how I love doing that. So we'll put the glue cover on there. Put that there. Put it there. And get my number 6, which is my favorite pen. Oh yeah, baby. That's the one. We can doll this up. Now remember, this is going to someone else. This will belong to someone else. So you're going to put some pretty patterns on. And you remember we did all of these beautiful patterns here. And we can do the same thing. Same kind of thing on this. And these turned out beautiful. So what do you say we do the same thing here? What I can do is make a frame here. Let's do it in pencil first, so that, how about there? Okay. They're quite big, that size, about the same size edge on that side. Obviously you can use a ruler if you wish. And then join those two, try and get it straight, and two here. Once you're happy with that, then you can fill it in with ink. Got the size. I hope I've got the. Oops. No, there it is. And of course the pencil marks can be rubbed out if they show after you've finished. Look at that, isn't it looking beautiful? And then you can do either straight lines, straight lines as we did in that one. That looks nice actually. I'll do straight lines. I've just made an executive decision and decided to do straight lines. So we'll do straight lines. Just whichever way you want them to go. It looks rather nice. I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to take a thinner pen because this is tiny in comparison to what we did before. So I can use the number 1, which is very small. Oops, no, that's 10. Goodness me. Come on, Esther. Half. Yeah. That's too small. So that was the one I was looking at, and that was too small. So I think I might take the 1. Let's see the thickness of that. That looks good. We'll try it, and if it's too small, we'll just change it. And then we're going to fix up the corners, just like we've done with the others. Pull that in. And for those that subscribe, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And the comments are just lovely. I'm glad you're enjoying it because I enjoy it. So to make someone tell me that they're enjoying it is just delightful. So thank you for that. I'm going to all the harsh edges and just round those off and fill in the negative space. And don't be in a hurry, because when you're in a hurry, you do tend to rush, and then the line is not quite what you hoped it would be. Doesn't that look gorgeous? It really looks lovely. And something handmade. Well, this is the only thing that's handmade. The diary isn't, obviously. But I think it would be appreciated that I took the time to do this for them. So my loved ones, the ladies, will be getting diaries, and they will love this. I'm absolutely sure. I'm going to decide to do a little bit more here because it will be better to see if I did that and that. Went to visit my elderly mother today. She's doing well. We had a coffee and a croissant together. She's doing well, imagining all sorts of things. People are trying to get into her window and telling me stories that she's already told me many times before, but she can't remember having told me, so that's okay. And it's just a story. They're always nice stories. She was telling a story. She's my stepmother. She was telling me a story that when she met my father, when my mother died, when she met my father, he was quite a character. And he heard that, they're Swedish, he heard that the king's daughter or something like that was getting married. So he wanted my stepmom, to write to the king and ask if he could attend the wedding and that he would buy suitable clothing to be at a royal wedding. Now, I was living in Africa at this time, in Zambia. So Mum actually wrote to the king, and they did get a reply to say thank you for the letter, but unfortunately, because it was such an important wedding, there were so many people coming that they didn't have room for any more people. So how about that? And that's a story I haven't actually heard before. So that's what she told me today. And I thought that was quite funny. Trust my father. It's we went shopping once, long before he got too old to do that. And we went into IKEA, which is a Swedish shop. And they had magazines all over the place. So he thought that because he's Swedish, that he could just take one of the magazines home. And so he tucked it under his arm. And one of the guards came and said, look, you can't just take that magazine. He said, but I'm Swedish. He says, sir, it doesn't matter. You cannot take the magazine. My father was quite disgruntled at that. He took personal insult that he wasn't allowed to take the Swedish magazine home with him. Well, we all thought it was pretty funny because he was so irritated by the whole thing. How dare they tell him he can't take the Swedish magazine? But yeah, so that is a very funny story. My father, he was quite a character. when my stepmother came out from Sweden to marry him in Zambia. Every spare moment, he had his own business, steel construction business. So every weekend came, he wanted to take her and show her the wild animals of Africa. She was fascinated because she'd only seen animals in zoos and things like that in pictures, in magazines. She hadn't actually seen lions and stuff like that, and elephants and things. So they went in his Mercedes, mind you. I mean, these days you'd buy four-wheel drive, but he went in his Mercedes to the game reserve, just drove there, and he's showing her. And there was a rhinoceros. He says, look, there's a rhinoceros. So the rhinoceros was ignoring them. And my father said, oh, and he had switched the engine off. Yeah, I know, it's silly, but he had. He'd switched the engine of the car off. He put his fingers to his mouth and did that piercing whistle to attract the rhino's attention. Well, the rhino's head snapped up in fury and started charging towards the Mercedes. So my father was furiously trying to get the engine to click over, which he couldn't. He got such a fright that the rhino had taken such anger at this person whistling at him, came charging towards the Mercedes. My father's trying to start the engine, and oh my God. My mother was, apparently she was so scared. She didn't know what the hell was going on. And eventually the engine did click over in time, and he rushed off in fear in the Mercedes to get away from the charging rhino. Well, he never did that again. But you live and learn. Don't whistle at a rhino to attract his attention, because he'll charge at you. That's another funny story. Stand up, see, the camera's still going. Yes, it's going. Doesn't that look lovely? Doesn't that look lovely? I'm tempted, oops, there's a corner. I'm tempted to just leave it like that because it does look beautiful. And do some patterning elsewhere. I might go over these lines just to make them a bit more noticeable. That's better. And don't do this in a hurry, because if you ruin this line, then, well, it's ruined, isn't it? Like that. Don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. And it's looking pretty good. Very happy about the way this has turned out. Just a couple more, and I think we've almost done this one. Well, this part of it anyway. Doesn't it look lovely? And then I'll take different size. Where is it? That's the tiny one. That's the 10. That, the 1. So that was all in the first lot. I'll take that, and I'll take the number 6 or 5 or 4. Make it a 4. Now we're going to do some, I don't know, that really looks beautiful. I don't know what to do. I know. Let's say we do this. I know that's going to sound mean. Think, oh no, you're ruining it, but it's not going to ruin. Now I know you think, oh my God, she's gone mad, but I haven't, because this is what we're going to do to it. Make it one from that one, and do little patterns here. Basically, we're working in miniature from what we did before. I think it's going to look beautiful. One can be circles. Fill in the negative spaces. Don't be tempted to go fast when you do these little circles. because you may find that it may be okay with you, but if I go too fast, then the circle isn't quite a circle, and then you spend a lot of time at the end trying to make your circles look better. So it's best to try and make them look perfect from the beginning. Get up and close my door because I think that the man with the lawnmower is coming to cut my grass and he's going to make an awful noise. I think I hear him coming. I'll wait till he comes and then I'll go and close my door there. Otherwise it's going to be too loud. And then fill in negative spaces as we've been doing. There he comes. I'll just go and close the door. There I'm back. Doesn't that look pretty? do you think, guys? That looks beautiful, doesn't it? And I think I might leave that. This I might just do a little one of those. Rats. Because I went fast because I could hear the lawnmower man coming. Hope it's not too disturbing on this. Not exactly relaxing, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go over those lines just to thicken them up a little bit. Is that going without a pen? 4, 4. Can't believe I didn't. So this is the 1. I use the 4 to thicken up these lines. And just as a thought here, how about we do that? Round those edges. If you rush, that's what happens, which is exactly what I did. And the temperature always rises when this guy comes and does my lawn. I don't know why that is. But he does a good job, and I don't have to do it then. There you go. I think that looks beautiful. And I think you probably think it looks beautiful too. So here we have our diary, or our little notebook. It's just a little notebook. Place for the date. And I'm going to stick it in on that side there. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Doesn't that look gorgeous? Anyway, just sitting here admiring the work. So what we'll do is we'll put glue. This is the best glue to use because it's not wet. The one that I did in my book was I used Mod Podge. It's not a good idea. Make sure you get the edges. There's nothing worse than everything coming apart. It's the edges lifting. Put the top back on. Get your book. Pop that in there. If you want to get another piece of paper to grip like that, doesn't that look beautiful? So you've got a personalized thing where they can pop their bookmark in there. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that gorgeous? And just pop the bookmark in there. And what we're going to do is this. Make a matching bookmark, I think. I've only just decided this, but I think it would look beautiful. Just leave it a little bit open like that. Watch what we're going to do now. I'll just close it so that it... Now if I take this book that I had here, turn it to the page with the green, mark out your bookmark there. With your pencil. I'm going to move the camera down a little bit. That's better. Close this book. Stick this onto there, and I'm going to stick, there's a shiny side that we're going to draw on, and there's the side that's just rough paper. What we'll do is we'll cover the rough paper with our glue. Just get a piece of scrap there. Make sure it's all covered in glue. In the edges and put the top on. And watch what happens here. So you've got your bookmark that's going to match your insert there. Cut it up. Look at that. So you've got one side, that's the same as that. Flip it in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to doll the other side up. Now I'm going to do that is with my number 4 pen here. We'll make some patterns. Make sure it's all stuck down properly. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that absolutely pretty? And I haven't done this before, guys, so I just decided on this one night when I was going to sleep, I said, hang on a second, if I get books, doll up, do a little window inside, and do a bookmark. So it's all handmade, and I think people will really like it. There. And then, what we do best and then we doll it up, the same as we've done for the others. I hope I've got everything in the right place. Yes, I have. You fill in the negative spaces as we've done in the past. That's when the magic happens. Now this video is going a little bit over, so what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to stop the video now and start it immediately and put it into 2 videos. So I'm going to stop it and then I'm going to put it onto another part. So see you in the next one.